Hello everyone, this is for you. I am Miss Maureen Jenar Mactal, but you can call me Ate Mo. How are you? Today I like to share with you the benefits and privileges of a teacher. So let's proceed the introduction. The Philippine government has stayed strong in its commitment to making education a major priority. What is benefits of a teacher? Teaching comes with many of the additional benefits of most careers. Again, this can vary widely depending on where you work. But generally speaking, teachers are entitled to insurance for themselves and their families, including medical, dental, and vision coverage. They are also entitled to sick days and paid leave. In fact, under the law as stated in Article 14, Section 5 of the 1987 Constitution, it expressly provides that the state shall assign the highest budgetary priority to education, ensure that teaching will attract and retain its rightful share of the best available talents through adequate remuneration and other means of job satisfaction and fulfillment. The Department of Education has also worked hand in hand with teachers to ensure that their welfare and rights are upheld. Thus, for the year 2019, teachers under DepEd get to enjoy several benefits, allowances, and perks as mandated by the law. The Department of Education clarified that public school teachers are not entitled to an anniversary bonus this year, PBB not yet confirmed. Here are the list of benefits DepEd teacher enjoy for the dedicated service. If you are a public school teacher, there are many benefits. Number 1. Job stability. In the midst of the teacher shortage, the United States is desperately in need of qualified and enthusiastic teachers. Jobs in teaching are readily available after graduation, and teachers will always be needed. Male teachers are specifically in high demand across all disciplines, but especially in preschools and elementary schools. You are a permanent employee. Job stability refers to the security that one has or desires in his or her job or occupation. Job stability can also be defined as the length of time one accepts to keep his or her existing job in the absence of external circumstances. Not long ago, this is one of the most important factors in choosing a job. Individuals preferred stability over the nature of their work. So next, cash allowance, also known as chalk allowance before. In continuous support to teachers' need in providing education amidst a pandemic, the Department of Education is set to release the 5,000 cash allowance of classroom teachers for the school year 2021 to 2022. So, classroom teachers will receive a 5,000 cash allowance intended for the purpose of teaching, supplies and materials, tangible or intangible, for the conduct of various modes of learning, internet and other communication expenses, and for their annual medical examination expense. In the constant effort to capacitate and empower the teachers, the Department of Education is continuously expanding their welfare and benefits through the grant of a cash allowance to the teachers. Financial assistance, formerly known as the chalk allowance. So next, performance-based bonus ranges from 50% to 65% of the basic monthly salary depending on school performance. The PVP is a new incentive given to government employees based on their performance. This is different for existing bonuses in government, which are given to employees across the board regardless of their performance. Next, mid-year bonus and year-end bonus. 1 month basic salary. Mid-year and year-end bonuses are the government equivalent of the 13-month pay of employees in the private sector. Like the 13-month pay, the total amount of the mid-year and year-end bonuses are equivalent to their 1-month salaries, depending on their rank and salary grade. The mid-year and year-end bonuses are given no earlier than May 1 and November 15 respectively. cash gift is an across-the-board bonus of 5,000 given to each employee of the national government. It is released in two tranches at the middle end of the year, together with the mid-year and year-end bonuses. Clothing uniform allowance. All entitled deaf and teaching and non-teaching personnel shall be given uniform or clothing allowance amounting to 6,000 pesos, not earlier than 15th day of April of the current year, subject to the following conditions set under DBM Budget Circular 2018, dated March 8, 2018, entitled Rules and Regulations on the Grant of Uniform Clothing Allowance to Civilian Government Personnel. The uniform clothing allowance is granted to defray expenses for uniforms or distinctive clothing which are the required appropriate attire for employees in the regular performance of their work. In general, such uniforms or clothing are intended to identify the employees with their mother agencies and to convey emblem of authority and serve as protective or working clothing, especially for maintenance workshop and farm personnel. Benefits of being teacher as general. We are respected not only inside the school but also outside. You are also a path maker. You are owning future professionals. You are owning a kid to be great person someday because you make an impact to the lives of your students. Being a teacher is always rewarding and fulfilling. So let's talk about the privileges of a teacher. Teaching personnel in the public school as civil service employees, the public school teachers, supervisors, and administrators are enjoying special privileges. All privileges of the teaching personnel are prescribed by the law. What are the privileges of teachers in Republic Act 4670? Republic Act Number 4670 or the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. Public school teachers shall have the right to freely and without previous authorization, both to establish and to join organizations of their choosing, whether local or national, to further and defend their interests. Section 28. Discriminations against teachers prohibited. Some privileges of the teaching personnel in the public and private schools. Number 1. Persons in authority. This law recognizes supervisors, teachers, and professors of public and recognized private schools as persons in authority. Any person guilty to assault made directly or indirectly upon a supervisor, teacher, or professor will be subject to penalty or imprisonment, ranging from 6 months and 1 day to 6 years, and a fine from 500 to 1,000, approved June 8, 1940. As stated in Article 152 of the RPC, a person in authority is any person directly vested with jurisdiction, whether as an individual or as a member of some court or government corporations, board or commission, including barangay captains. Next is a study leave. A 1-year study leave will be granted to be a teacher who has rendered at least 7 years of satisfactory teaching. Magna Carta Section 24 states during the period of such leave, the teacher shall be entitled to at least 60% of his salary, provided, however, that no teacher shall be allowed to accumulate more than 1 year study leave unless he needs an additional semester to finish his thesis for a graduate study in education or allied courses. Provided further that no compensation shall be due the teacher after the first year of such leave. The study leave is a time off from work not exceeding 6 months with pay for qualified officials and employees to help them prepare for their bar or board examinations or complete their master's degree. Next, maternity leave. Commonwealth Act Number 647 as amended by Rep. Acts Number 270 and 1564 provides maternity leave to regular and temporary female who are married. Regular teachers with 2.5 or more years of service are entitled to 60 days of maternity leave with full pay, while those with less than 2.5 years of service are entitled to 60 days with half pay. Temporary teachers with at least 2 years of service are entitled to 60 days of maternity leave with half pay. Outside teaching. Department Order Number 9, 1959, enclosed to BPS Circular Number 4, 1960, and General Letter Number 112 dated July 11, 1960, allows public school teachers, elementary or high school, to teach in private evening schools in not more than 12 hours a week in addition to their regular loads in their own schools. Next is retirement benefits. Teachers from the public school are given a range salary raise upon retirement. A teacher belonging to Step 3, for instance, will be classified upon retirement as within Step 4 of the next range. The salary for the higher range and monthly salary for the last 3 years before effective date of retirement will be the basis for computation of the lump sum retirement pay. A lifetime monthly pension equivalent to 90% of their monthly salary is given to those who are retired at age 60. Under Presidential Decree Number 1146, Old Age Pension under Republic Act 660, an annuity benefit equivalent to 80% of the monthly salary for the last 3 years shall be given to those who retire at age 63. Next is working hours for teachers. Teachers engaged in actual classroom teaching are required to render not more than 6 hours of actual classroom teaching a day. They may be required to render more than 6 hours but not exceeding 8 hours of actual classroom teaching a day upon payment of additional compensation. Tenure of office. Regular or permanent public school teachers and officials are granted stability of employment and security of tenure. Teachers appointed on a provisional status or temporary who rendered 10 years of continuous, efficient, and faithful services as of June 18, 1966, and all teachers who have rendered 10 years of extended permanent appointment. Social Security System provided its members the following benefits: death, disability, sickness, and retirement benefits. So by the end of my presentation, I like for you to know the privileges of a teacher. You are a lifelong learner. You can have to study leave if you want to take graduate studies for a year with 60 salaries. Also, if you are married and pregnant, you can have a maternity leave. You're privileged teachers because you get to know the different types of students with different stories. That's all. Thank you for your interest and attention.